Universal Epic Universe is a brand new theme park set to open in 2025. It's been 25 years since they opened their last theme park, Universal Islands of Adventure. Walt Disney World is the most visited theme park in the world. The Magic Kingdom has a #1 spot with an attendance record that outpaces even Disney's other theme parks by a wide margin. Can Universal Epic Universe take the title and reign supreme as a #1 visited theme park? To start off, let's take a look at park attendance records. Just so you know, none of Florida's theme park publish actual attendance records. The figures we will go over are from the Themed Entertainment Association. These are estimates based on their extensive research. According to the figures, Disney parks and Universal have been the top attended parks around the world. The Magic Kingdom is not only the #1 attended park in Florida, but in the entire world. If Universal Epic Universe is to be #1, it has not only to achieve the top spot in Florida, but in the world. Although we will only be ranking the Universal and Disney parks in Florida. These rankings would be different if we included Disneyland and the Japan, Disney, and Universal theme parks. But we will only concentrate on ranking the top Florida theme parks. In 2019, the Magic Kingdom saw its highest attendance at over 20 million visitors. The next most visited park for 2019 was Disney's Animal Kingdom at over 13 million. Third, Epcot with 12 million. Fourth, Disney's Hollywood Studios at 11 million. Fifth, Universal Studios Orlando with 10 million, almost 11 million. And sixth place is Universal Islands of Adventure with 10 million. These are the numbers of when Walt Disney World's attendance was at its highest. The next 2 years aren't a good measure of attendance. In 2020, the theme parks had to shut down because of the pandemic, and it took a few years for attendance numbers to get back to normal. Therefore, we won't even include those 2 years. We'll focus on 2022 attendance records to get a better idea of what we could expect for Universal Orlando Resort's attendance numbers. 2023 numbers were not available. In 2022, Walt Disney World numbers were not quite back to that 2019 level, and Disney's Animal Kingdom dropped substantially in rank. Magic Kingdom was still a few million away from reaching that 2019 number. They also were using a reservation system which could have an impact on attendance numbers. However, Walt Disney World still remains in the #1 position with 17 million in attendance for the year of 2022. Islands of Adventure jumped to the #2 spot with 11 million. Third, fourth, and fifth spots are in the 10 millions for attendance. Third is Disney's Hollywood Studios. Fourth, Universal Studios Orlando, fifth Epcot, and last place is Disney's Animal Kingdom with 9 million. Universal 2 theme parks have consistently gained attendance numbers over the years to the point where Islands of Adventure saw the best year in 2022, becoming the #2 theme park in Florida. Now, seeing how well Universal Orlando Resort has seen its attendance grow over the years, perhaps Universal Epic Universe will help to make Universal's Orlando Resort the #1 destination for theme park fans. However, there may be a few more people that will need to be convinced in order for that to happen. There are 4 main groups of people we will look at. Group 1 are the die-hard Disney fans. Group 2, Disney and Universal fans. Group 3, Universal fans. And finally, the 4th group are those that have never attended a Universal or Disney theme park, or if they have, it was maybe once many years ago. Universal Epic Universe will see attendance from each of these groups. The majority of attendance will come from Group 2 and 3, Universal fans and those that are Disney and Universal fans. There will be less from Group 1, the diehard Disney fans. This group would normally only go to Disney theme parks and have no desire to visit Universal. However, with a new theme park opening, there will be some from Group 1 that will be curious and will decide to give Universal a chance to prove to them that it's worth visiting. Group 4 are those who have never been to a Universal or Disney theme park, or if they have, it was maybe once a long time ago. There is a range of people in this group. Perhaps some have wanted to go to Universal, but never had the financial means to make it happen. There are also those that just never had a desire to go to a theme park, and then some of this group could have gone to Universal once and then they never went back. Some people from Group 4 will also decide to attend because they are also curious. It's not often that a whole theme park is built. It's been 25 years since Universal opened their last theme park. I know they like to refer to Volcano Bay as a theme park, but I still consider it a water park more than a theme park, and it does not draw in the same numbers of crowds as a dry park. Volcano Bay opened on May 25th, 2017, so technically we could say it's been about 7 years since their last theme park opened, but we are only talking about their dry parks. In order to get a good idea of what we can expect for Universal Epic Universe's first year numbers, we have to take a look at the numbers from when new lands and parks opened. First, we'll look at the last 2 theme parks to open. Disney's Animal Kingdom opened on April 22nd, 1998. In its first year of operation, it had 6 million visitors, which was a few million less than the other Universal and Disney theme parks for that year. Universal Studios had almost 9 million visitors in 1998, and Disney's MGM Studios, now Hollywood Studios, had over 9 million. However, in 1999, Disney's Animal Kingdom had much better attendance numbers. It also had the benefit of being open for an entire year to improve those numbers. It had over 8 million visitors in 1999. The next theme park to open was Universal's Islands of Adventure. It opened on May 28, 1999. Islands of Adventure opened to disappointing numbers. Over 3 million visitors attended, which was a much lower number than what Disney's Animal Kingdom saw that year before. Partly to blame for low attendance was the confusion from the marketing. Not only was Islands of Adventure added that year, but also new resorts and City Walk. They changed the resort's name to Universal Studios Escape, confusing guests, making them think that Islands of Adventure was simply an addition to Universal Studios. But by 2021, marketing was changed and Universal Studios Escape was renamed to Universal Orlando Resort. So in 2001, Islands of Adventure saw a spike in attendance with 5 million visitors. In 2010, Universal Islands of Adventure had their first expansion with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Hogsmeade. It opened on June 18, 2010. Attendance went from 4 million in 2009 to almost 6 million the next year, and this was just over 6 months of Hogsmeade being open. Let's look at the next year, where Hogsmeade was open for an entire year. In 2011, Islands of Adventure had over 7 million visitors. With that success, Universal quickly went to work to open another Wizarding World of Harry Potter, only this time it was in Universal Studios. Diagon Alley opened on July 8, 2014. Attendance went from just over 7 million to over 8 million in 2014. Both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure continued to see attendance numbers increase every year after that, at least until 2020, when things came to halt for the entire theme park industry due to the pandemic. Disney's Animal Kingdom added Pandora, the World of Avatar, in 2017. Pandora opened on May 27, 2017. Disney's Animal Kingdom had 10 million visitors the year before, and in 2017 that number increased to 12 million. Then Disney's Hollywood Studios opened Toy Story Land on June 30, 2018. Attendance went from 10.7 to 11.2 million in 2018. Not as big of an increase as the other land openings. Less than 1 million more attended. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened the next year on August 29, 2019, and that saw the most disappointing numbers, only increasing its attendance by just 200,000. Attendance could have been better if it had opened a few months earlier for the summer crowds, since August is a slower month with kids going back to school. Plus, it didn't help that the major attraction Rise of Resistance didn't open with the land. It wasn't until December 2019 that it opened. We can see from these numbers that openings of new lands and theme parks can vary. What are some reasons that would keep people from attending Universal Epic Universe? Some people may decide not to go the first year because crowds could get crazy. That may have been some of the reason why Disney's Hollywood Studios didn't see much of an increase in attendance when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened. Some people wanted to wait because they were worried that crowds would be bad. And I know there are some people who have said that they will wait to go to Epic Universe, at least until the crowds die down. However, after looking at the numbers, it may seem that it's more likely that every year after it's open, it will continue to bring in more guests. The only reason that might not happen is if Epic Universe opens with really bad reviews, making some rethink going. However, so far, what we know about Epic Universe, I can imagine there being bad reviews unless the rides just don't work properly. Universal Epic Universe is going to be like no other theme park. The other reason attendance might be lower is the economy. Everything costs more these days, from housing to gas and groceries. Some may not be able to spend any money to travel, and there could be some theme park fans that have to decide between Walt Disney World or Universal for their vacation. Those that normally go to both theme parks may only spend 1 or 2 days at Universal and a week at Walt Disney World, but with rising prices, we could see some guests that have to make a choice between the two theme parks. So instead of visiting both, they will choose either a Disney vacation or a Universal vacation. What will pull Groups 1 and 2 to choose Universal over Disney? For one, Universal has some great discounts, and some of these discounts are meant to encourage their guests to stay longer. Right now, they are offering 30% off a 3-park, 5-night vacation package, and a ticket offer that gets you a 2-day free with a 2-park, 3-day ticket. Even without doing the ticket offer, prices are at a great rate the longer you stay. A 1-day ticket starts from $119 for a 1-park per day ticket, but a 4-day ticket drops down to $68 a day. Disney ticket prices also drop the more you go, but the price doesn't drop quite as much. Right now, they are running a special offer where you can get a 4-day, 4-park ticket for $99 per day. Still not as good of a deal as Universal, which could drive more attendance to Universal. Tickets are not yet available for Universal Epic Universe, so we have no idea how expensive they could be, but hopefully they won't be too much more than the current prices. Not only does Universal have great ticket prices, but also great prices on hotels, especially for bigger families. A family of 6 can stay at Universal's Endless Resorts for $200 a night. However, that price will drop the more days you stay. A 4-night stay drops to $166 a night. Even the brand new resort that will open next year are priced at a fair rate. The Stella Nova Resort and Terra Luna Resort will not have rooms that sleep 6, but they will have several adjoining rooms for bigger families. The rooms sleep 4. Room rates start at $189 a night, but if you stay for 4 nights, that drops it down to $144 a night. Not bad for a brand new hotel. Over at Walt Disney World, their cheapest room that sleeps 6 is at Disney's All-Star Music Resort, and that is priced at around $400 a night. And their cheapest rooms that sleep 4 are also at the All-Star Resorts for around $180 a night. Universal is really trying to get guests to choose them with their competitive pricing. At Universal, the longer you stay, the less you pay. Often guests will only visit Universal for 1 or 2 days, so they know they need to offer better prices to get guests to stay longer. Unlike at Walt Disney World, where many visitors will vacation for a week. Disney World doesn't have as much of an incentive to lower their prices to keep guests longer. Universal hopes that by opening Epic Universe, it will become a week-long destination, and that more guests will choose to stay longer. If Universal is able to keep their prices lower, even after Epic Universe opens, it could drive more guests to visit Universal over Disney. Another reason Group 1 and 4 might consider visiting Epic Universe is because of curiosity. Will Epic Universe make even the most die-hard Disney fans become a Universal fan? If Universal Epic Universe can achieve great storytelling with fun, innovative attractions, then maybe that will sway even the biggest Disney fans to come back for more. Group 4 might be easier to convince. They've never been to a theme park, and if some of that group choose to visit Epic Universe, then it might just turn them into Universal fans, creating a new group of fans that will want to continue to come back every year. In order for Universal Epic Universe to reign supreme, it will require repeat visitors. Old fans, new fans alike will help to drive attendance, especially if they feel the desire to come back over and over again. After looking at this data, what can we expect from Universal Epic Universe's first year of attendance? Well, things are different than they were when Islands of Adventure opened. We now have social media, so it's easier to get the word out. More people are aware of the new theme park coming in 2025. After Universal opened the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, attendance consistently rose for the Universal Orlando Resort. I believe the same thing will happen for Epic Universe, barring some epic disaster. Universal Islands of Adventure opened to disappointing numbers. Could that happen again with Universal Epic Universe? Also, when Disney opened Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, it didn't increase attendance by much either. Part of that is because they expected crowds to be crazy, so they waited. Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure get around 10 to 11 million visitors each year. Will Universal Epic Universe see that number in its first year? When Animal Kingdom opened, it only got 6 million visitors. Could Universal Epic Universe's attendance be that low? The real question is, will Universal Epic Universe become the #1 most visited theme park in the world? Disney Magic Kingdom has that title. At its peak, it had 20 million visitors. Could Universal Epic Universe achieve that in its first year? In order to get the best number possible, it needs to be open earlier in the year. I guarantee that Universal wants to see this park open as soon as it can in 2025. We have no opening date yet, but if Universal wants people to have time to plan their vacation, they will give us an opening date sometime this year in order to drive more tickets sold. People need time to save money and plan their vacations, so the sooner we get that opening date, the better. If Universal Epic Universe gets 10 million visitors in the first year, that will be a major success. So let's assume it could get that high of attendance and add to it. When Hogsmeade opened, it increased the park attendance by 1,725,000, and when Diagon Alley opened, park attendance increased by 1,322,000. If we take the average of those increases and add it to 10 million visitors, then we could see an attendance of 11.5 million visitors in its first year. However, that number may be generous, as this is a new theme park and some potential visitors may choose to wait to attend. Also, by waiting, guests will get to see what others are saying about the park before they decide to come. But perhaps the first year's attendance could be as low as 6 million. However, Universal has already increased its attendance over some of the other Disney theme parks in Florida. If they keep adding more and improving the overall guest experience and have competitive pricing, then their future will continue to be bright. In 2022, Universal Islands of Adventure was able to become the #2 most visited park in Florida. Over time, Epic Universe could become #1, but the odds that that happens in the first year are unlikely. However, if reviews are good and the theme park really impresses attendees, then maybe one day in the future it could become #1 in the world. Because remember, to be #1 in Florida, it has to become #1 in the world as well. What do you think? If you made it to the end of this video, make sure to subscribe. We post videos about Universal theme parks. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.